Hey, I'm Karla Callouet, and this presentation is for communicable degenerative disease. And today I'm going to talk to you about nutrition considerations and age-related disease in older adults. So, for a quick snapshot of what's going on in the medical arena as far as older adults are concerned in America, between 2010 and 2025, the elderly population, or the baby boomers, are going to reach 61 to 79 years old. Adults over 65 years old are going to number over 71 million by 2030. And look at our Medicare expenses, from $37 billion in 1980 to $336 billion in 2005. And then it's expected to increase by 25% in 2030. So, Ng et al. Said that along with physical activity, poor nutrition is a contributing factor to age-related disease. And some of the consequences of poor nutrition are osteoporosis, depression, cognitive decline, anorexia, obesity, frailty, and sarcopenia. So a few more facts. Less than 1/3 of our older adults get the recommended daily allowance of 5 fruits and vegetables every day. And poor diet is a preventable contributing factor to the 40% mortality rate in Americans, including our older adults. Topenkova tells us that good nutrition is an accepted building block for healthy aging, and Ng et al. Found that physical activity and healthy diet both contribute to lifelong independence. So this video gives you an idea, or is intended to give you an idea of what it's like to address this topic. So, like fitting all of those people into the train, it's a similar analogy whenever you look at nutrition and try to learn about nutrition and effects on age-related disease. So, what I did is I basically started looking at the literature and seeing what the trends were in the literature. So, today, the purpose of this presentation is to look at nutrition considerations and how they may affect age-related disease in older adults. And specifically, what I found are trends in the literature that focused on protein supplementation, vitamin D supplementation, and vitamin B supplementation in older adults. And my hope is that your takeaway will be that these are aspects that you'll be able to apply either to your own life or to help your older adult friends or family in their road to good health and aging. So first, let's talk about protein. What is protein? Well, protein is a part of every cell in the body, and it's needed because the body uses it in thousands of chemical reactions. It basically keeps us together structurally. And this is a picture of my son in Thailand. These are bugs that they sell at street vendors, fry them up and sell them. And an interesting little fact is that protein makes up the about 10% of the world's protein consumption. Grasshoppers are up to 60% protein, and the most protein can be found in spiders. So they've got the most bang for their buck. More nutrition considerations in regards to protein. Here are some benefits whenever you supplement with protein in your diet. You have increased muscle mass, increased strength, functionality, increased bone health, calcium retention, and wound recovery. So a couple of the trends that are directly related to protein supplementation that I found in the literature are sarcopenia and frailty. So sarcopenia is the loss of muscle mass, reduction in the number of muscle fibers, and a reduction in the amount of force that can be produced by the muscle. And frailty, they don't have a general consensus on the definition, but basically it's shrinking with weight loss, sarcopenia, it's weakness with low grip strength, poor endurance, slow motor performance, a general malaise or low energy, and low physical activity. So a common, Topikova tells us that a common predictor of frailty and disability is malnutrition or undernutrition. A decrease in food intake can lead to frailty and sarcopenia, and that results in an increased risk for falls, decreased functionality, fractures, and even increased mortality. So Borst looked at different strategies to counteract sarcopenia. And he looked at three things: testosterone replacement for men, growth hormone replacement, and resistance training. But with these, he also looked at protein supplementation. And he found that while protein supplementation normally is about less than 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight each day, folks do have an increased rate of protein catabolism as they age, and that is basically the increased breakdown of protein into amino acids. In his study, he looked at folks that were 56 to 80 years old, and he said that by using the RDA, it's only adequate, just marginally adequate for exercising subjects. And the best way to take full advantage of resistance training and reducing the sarcopenia is to increase protein intake. So Coyne et al. In 2007 looked at 352 older adults with the mean age of 73. Their goal was to evaluate the relationship between bone mineral density, BMI, which is your body mass index, serum albumin, which basically that's the most abundant plasma protein in humans. And if you have too much of it, it is harmful. So they looked at protein intake as well and sarcopenia. What they recommended through their research is that the folks need to have a protein intake of at least 65.7 grams a day in order to minimize bone loss and the risk of sarcopenia. They found that older adults with low body mass or bone mineral density definitely could benefit from an increased protein intake. So what the 65.7 grams per